All right, welcome to exercise number 4, contour lines. What we're doing here is we are just taking some random shapes that we make and we are adding what we call contour lines, being lines that describe the object in 3 dimensions. So after we draw a simple shape, we add some contour lines to show us how that shape is sort of like moving in space. So I want you to draw just a bunch of random shapes, little banana shapes, pear shapes, gourd shapes, a peanut, a little bucket or something. And we just have to use some lines to help us show like how it's turning and moving in space. So to get started, you can use any kind of pencil, pen, whatever you want to use. I'm on a ballpoint pen here. And let's take a look. So my first shape, I'll just draw sort of a little amorphous rounded sort of 3-sided type shape. A little wiggle to it. Make it kind of big. Give yourself some space to work. And now what I want to think about is like, how is this shape sort of moving in space here? It's going to have kind of like a wiggle to it. And then when I draw a contour line that comes this way, when it hits that wiggly line, it's going to kind of round its way down. So it just sort of follows a very similar shape to the outside, and then when it hits that line, it just kind of curves maybe like a little bit harder to show that it has more of a rounded shape to it. And then I can echo the lines I already made here, up here. So it just has kind of a hump, and then it dips down, and then it rounds up, and down. We're kind of making like a wire frame for this thing. And then move on to the next one. What's the next shape? Maybe it's like, I don't know, something has like a little bit of a point to it, a little curved shape. And I'm gonna say it's got like a little bit of a nub right here, kind of like a fingertip. And then from there, I'll be like, all right, well, this is its sort of central line. It goes through the whole thing, curves down, kind of shows you what it's doing. And now I just have to show that it's rounded by drawing like part of an ellipse here. This one will start curving it, and then I'll kind of let it like sort of fade away a little bit. I'm just sort of echoing here, the very end line there. So doing that makes these shapes look more 3-dimensional. So the kind of shapes you draw, they're up to you. You can go back and you can pause it on my finished product and like copy some of the shapes that I've made. That's totally fine. Here I'm making sort of an upside down, soft pyramid shape. I kind of know what I'm gonna do already before I start drawing it. Helps me get a plan going. And bringing down a little contour. You can make any kind of shape you want, and then you decide what those contours are going to do. Think about the cubes that we drew and how we showed like corners and sides and stuff, and that can help influence how you might make some of these shapes. But let's say I make any kind of amorphous shape at all. Let's kind of let my pen go sort of free form here. And when I draw it, I want to make it look like it's kind of drooping and moving around here. We'll say that this is like a pointed part. And then it rounds really hard at the end to show that it's rounded here. And then what am I going to have it do here? It could go up and down. Whoops. So I'm trying to show that this object has different planes to it in the way that it moves. So it has like a side, a top, all that interesting stuff. So what I want you to do, fill a sheet with various weird shapes that are contoured to look 3-dimensional. Try it out, make sure you hang on to these. You're gonna take a picture of this one and another one to turn in together for your next assignment.